welcome to episode 5 of Movie Fights. Um, so, yeah, obviously we had a 3.5 month break from doing episodes. I did episode 4 and they're like nearly 2 weeks ago now. And yeah, I'm back with another episode. And well, today's episode of Movie Fights, it's the big one today. Now obviously you guys will remember my top 10 most highly anticipated movies of the year list. And obviously now, obviously, as you guys know, I don't 100% stand by that video anymore. But one thing which has stayed consistent throughout the time that has passed since I made that video is my two most highly anticipated movies of every film that has come out and will be coming out this year. These are the two that I have been most excited for. Of course, we all know what those two movies are: Oppenheimer and Barbie. And well, guys, can you believe it that we are here now? That we are at the stage where both of these films have now been released. I mean, I know I can't believe it's here already myself. Yeah, I have now been to see both of these movies. So, what do I think about both of these films? Well, today is it. Today is the day that we find out the answer to that question. So, without further ado, here we go. Here is Movie Fights Episode 5, Oppenheimer versus Barbie. So, let's talk about both of these films, and at the end we'll see which film I prefer. So, first off, let's talk about the first of these two movies which I saw, Oppenheimer. So Oppenheimer is based on a true story, and well, the film is basically a biopic about the life of J. Robert Oppenheimer, and about how he worked on the atomic bomb, and well, basically everything that happened after that. Yeah, that's basically that. Those are just the basics of what you need to know about this film. So anyways, my thoughts on Oppenheimer. Let me start off by saying the cinematography and the editing. I mean, Christopher Nolan is known for having great shots in his movies, and he proves that once again with this film, because oh my gosh, this movie has got some absolutely stunning cinematography and some brilliant editing as well. I think some of the choice that he does with the editing, it's really good and it really works too. There's even like all these shots from inside Oppenheimer's mind of like all like the nuclear and the fission and stuff. I can't really best describe it, but it's honestly really nice to look at, and oh my god! Now, the obviously, yes, we do get a shot in this movie of the bomb going off and the explosion. That's not really a spoiler, honestly, because you know that's gonna happen in the movie. Oh my god, when that bomb does go off, like, man, I'm gonna be honest. That shot, like of the bomb going off. Oh my god, it is absolutely beautiful. I have never been happier staring at a bomb going off in my life. Um, and I mean, I am still alive. Yeah, I'm still alive, just to confirm. So no, it was not an actual real explosion in the theater, or else why else would I be making this review? Um, but yeah, there's some absolutely stunning cinematography in this movie and brilliant editing choices. Um, then there's the film's pace. Um, now this is that sounds like so. This is a 3 hour long movie, which makes this the second longest film I've seen so far this year, just behind another film which also stars Margot Robbie, Babylon. Um, and I'll be honest, yeah, you can definitely feel that 3 hour runtime. Like obviously the last film I saw before these two was Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part One, and obviously in my review of that film I mentioned how despite being a 2 hour and 45 minute long movie, it didn't feel that long. But with Oppenheimer, a movie that is just 15 minutes longer, you do feel that runtime. I do think, however, that it kind of makes sense, to be honest, because I mean, with Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part One, it's a Mission Impossible movie. It's all action. It's all a ton of fun. So it's kind of no wonder that the pace is very fast and stuff. But Oppenheimer isn't like that. Oppenheimer is a very it's definitely a really it's a dialogue heavy movie, and it can even become kind of depressing like around the second half. Honestly, like after all the stuff with Hiroshima and Nagasaki and stuff, it's even kind of depressing. There's some stuff that's depressing in the first half as well. So yeah, it's no wonder that this film can feel for as long as it does. But I'll be honest, just everything that was going on in the movie and stuff, I just really wasn't bothered, honestly, by it. Um. Then there's the sound and music in this film. Now, Christopher Nolan, he's been known for having great scores in his movies. In the Dark Knight trilogy, Inception, Interstellar, man, the soundtrack in that film. And yeah, I think Nolan once again proves it with Oppenheimer, because yeah, the score in this movie is honestly brilliant. I love it. Um. Yeah, I thought I like, and the sound as well. Like when the explosion goes off, and I remember in those shots with all the nuclear stuff and stuff. Like the sounds, the sounds, all those shots, it's amazing. And not to mention, there's even this thing throughout the film where Oppenheimer, he's in scenes that are building up stuff. Like this happens in the scene where they're counting down and stuff. There's this. I probably didn't demonstrate it the best, but yeah, like there's these, you can share like all these people's first party and stuff, and yeah, I think it's done very well, and it really it really gives you that intensity of it all. Now, as for the characters, now obviously, as you guys may know, um, this movie has a huge cast of characters. Like and the majority of the characters in this film are like they're like real scientists who J. Robert Oppenheimer worked with and stuff. Um, and yeah, and so and like obviously there's a huge cast in it as well. Now I will not be describing each and every one of these characters and my thoughts on them, because my God, this video is probably gonna be long enough. We are not gonna. I'm gonna be here all day if I did that. But like I'll just say this: I thought pretty much the entire cast was very good in the movie. And I think they all portrayed their characters very well. And it was quite fun as well throughout the movie. Like when each of these like notable cast members comes on screen, it's like, oh, it's that person, and oh, they're here too. It's quite fun, honestly. Nice little game to play while you're watching the movie. Spot the actor. Um, but well, I think the entire cast is very good in the movie. I must give shout outs to Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr. because my goodness, they are the standouts in this film. Like, I mean, I gotta say, Robert Downey Jr., he was actually really good in this movie. Like, I mean, it's such a different role from Tony Stark, and I like how he's portrayed as good, but he's also portrayed as not good. Well, put in better words, like the movie, so like the film, it kind of supports him all right, but it also kind of doesn't. Like, you have to kind of watch the film to like sort of understand what I'm saying here, but like, yeah, I love how what the film does with his portrayal, and my goodness, Robert Downey Jr. is so good in the role. Um, yeah, so yeah, Robert Downey Jr. was very good, and Cillian Murphy, man, oh my gosh, can I just say that Thomas Shelby, he disappears into the role of J. Robert Oppenheimer. Like, I mean, this is the same guy who played the bomb expert Robert Capa from the absolute masterpiece of a movie called Sunshine, which all you should absolutely watch. Is the best film I've ever seen in my life. But anyways, like, oh my gosh, Cillian Murphy was superb in the role. Like, he really felt like J. Robert Oppenheimer having come back to life. I swear to goodness, even if he doesn't win an Oscar for his performance in this movie, I swear to goodness he'd better get nominations. Because he's been acting for like over 20 years now. It's about time that he got his Oscar nomination. Um, so yeah, Robert Downey Jr. and especially Cillian Murphy were definitely the highlights of this movie. But I will say that the rest of the massive cast is also very good in this film. Yeah, the cast and the characters were absolutely superb. Um, and then there's the plot in this movie now. as the plot in this film, like, obviously I mentioned earlier, it's all about like the life of J. Robert Oppenheimer and how he works on the atomic bomb and the aftermath of it all, and like I mean, I thought like the way the film executed it was done absolutely brilliantly. Like for Christopher Nolan for a biopic movie that he's directed, is like, oh man, he did a stellar job with this film. Like like the way that they brought J. Robert Oppenheimer's life to the big screen and stuff, it was absolutely amazing. Now as for the narrative structure, obviously Oppenheimer himself is the center of this movie. Now, there are some scenes where they'll cut to Louis Strauss and Robert Downey Jr.'s character, um, but but even then the film it focuses on Oppenheimer and Strauss and like their scenes with all these different other characters, and like honestly, in my opinion, I think pretty much every single character is given their moment to shine in the movie, which only makes it even more fun when you're playing the spot the actor game. If you go see this movie, which you absolutely should, it'll be such a fun game. Like throughout the movie, you'll be like, "Oh, there's that person. Oh, that person as well." But overall, Oppenheimer is just an absolutely amazing film. Like it succeeds in like every aspect with the cinematography and the editing, the practical effects as well. Its pace and score, sound effects, cast, characters, plot, narrative structure. Like this is overall just an amazing movie, and you should absolutely go see this film. This is a must watch film to see this summer. So with that, I'm going to give Oppenheimer a 10 out of 10. So yeah, I have just gotten done talking about the first of these two movies, and I've given this a 10 out of 10. But what about the other film, Barbie? What are my thoughts on Barbie? I'm just after giving Oppenheimer a 10 out of 10. I think Barbie has quite the movie to compete with, honestly. Um, yeah, so, anyways, now I'm done talking about Oppenheimer. Let's get into my thoughts on Barbie. The plot of Barbie is all these Barbie girls living in their Barbie worlds, or well, technically it's Barbie land, but yeah, the movie focuses on one specific Barbie, who is played by Margot Robbie, and she starts to like experience things which the Barbies in this world shouldn't normally be reacting to and stuff. So she's told by another Barbie, the weird Barbie, who's played by Kate McKinnon, to go to the real world. So she goes there with one of the Kens, who's played by Ryan Gosling. And I won't say anything else other than that, but yeah, all I'll say is a lot happens. So, anyways, yeah. So, I saw Barbie. I finally saw it today. And yeah, two incredible movies in one weekend. Like this, oh my gosh! I said a moment ago you should go see Oppenheimer. You need to see Barbie as well. It's a movie. It's a movie that girls should go see, but it's also a movie that boys should go see as well. Um, like, um, let's get into this film. Like, first off, the cinematography in this movie it's absolutely amazing. Like I mean, like all the shots in this film of the Barbie land in particular, they can look incredible, honestly. Um, yes, but anyways, the cinematography in this film is really good. Um, then there's that like the editing in this movie too. I think the editing in this film, it's really good. It's done very well. So yeah, in terms of the cinematography and the editing, the movie was very good. Now then there's the film's pace. Now this is a way shorter movie than Oppenheimer. Compared to Oppenheimer, which is exactly 3 hours long, this movie on the other hand is an hour and 54 minutes long. So that means it's just 6 minutes short of being 2 hours long. Um, and yeah, honestly, I mean, like, I think you can kind of, again, like Oppenheimer, you can feel that runtime go by, but, like, I mean, honestly, at the same time, it really doesn't feel like a very short movie either. You won't feel like they're constantly going through each scene. Like, I mean, honestly, like overall, I think in terms of the pace, this film does very well. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're not in the mood to watch a 3 hour film, I mean, this film is less than 2 hours long. So, just saying. Um, then there's the sound and music in this movie. I'll be honest, I think the score in this film is it's very good. Really gets to feel the movie very well. I think some of the sound effects are very good in it, and like I mean, not to mention some of the songs and like there's actually quite a lot of songs and musical numbers in this movie, and I gotta say they're actually all very good. My favorite by far has to be the song "Dance the Night" by Dua Lipa. Like, oh my god, it is just an absolute banger. Like, I mean, if you haven't heard it already, you should seriously go listen to it because, my god, I actually think it's Dua Lipa's new best song. Like, I'm not joking. Um, and of course, Dua Lipa herself is actually briefly in this film as all the mermaid Barbies. And we also have John Cena as a mermaid Ken too. I thought that was great. Anyways, another thing which I'd like to bring up is the production design in this movie. Oh my god! Like I mean the look of Barbie Land and everything. It is just it's absolute eye candy to stare at. I mean, from what I heard, there was actually a world shortage of pink paint because of the fact that they use so much pink paint for the production design in this movie. But you know what? Just fair play to them, like, cause oh my god, like for the look of Barbie Land, my goodness, they went absolutely all out on this film. Um, and so yeah, the film was brilliant production design wise. I guarantee you it would better be nominated for an Oscar for that. Now then we have the characters. Now obviously just like Oppenheimer, this movie also has a huge cast in it. Um but there are some characters in particular that are in particular very important that I will discuss. So we first off, the main Barbie herself is honestly just a brilliant character. I mean, her whole arc in this film, I won't say much, but I'm actually shocked at how compelling it was. Um, yeah, so Barbie's just a brilliant character in this film, and yeah, I think this might actually be Margot Robbie's best performance to date. So yeah, I didn't think she could quite outdo her performance in Babylon earlier this year, but well, here we are. Um, then we have Ken as well, who's played the main Ken, and he's like just like Barbie. Ken's arc in this film. I'm actually shocked that both of their characters were as compelling as they were. Like Ryan Gosling, he is very good in this role, and again, Ken's arc, I won't go much into it, but I will say though, it's amazing. Like the like what they did with both of these characters. I just cannot believe it was as compelling as it was. Um. So yeah, the two of them were absolutely amazing. Um. Now there's also there's also a ton of other Barbies and a ton of other Kens in the movie as well. I won't discuss my thoughts on each and every one of them, but I'll just briefly sum up this. All of them are very good. Um, in particular, I think of the Barbies, I really liked Kate McKinnon as like the weird Barbie. I actually thought she was very good. Um, and I also of the Kens, I really liked Simu Liu as like the cool and kind of snobbish Ken. Oh my god, it was actually a bit of a different role from Shang-Chi, honestly. Um, so yeah, the Barbies and the Kens, they were all very good. Now there's a few human characters in the movie. So all the main two human characters are this Mattel employee named Gloria and her daughter Sasha. The two of them were really good. I'm actually surprised I really liked these two. Like, they have their own like subplot in the movie as of being like a mother and daughter relationship, and oh my god, I mean, again, it was just such. It was a really touching part of the plot. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be like quite as great as it was, but I won't say much about it, but it was amazing, honestly. Um, and we also have Will Ferrell as the CEO of Mattel. And oh my gosh, I think you see all the other Mattel executives as well. I really liked their subplot. I think that their whole thing is that they're trying to find Barbie. Like, they're kind of villains of the movie, kinda. But they also kind of surface the film's comedy reliefs. And I've got to say, honestly, um, like, like, I mean, they were actually so funny. I thought they had some of the biggest laughs of the movie. Um, yeah, they were all great. So yeah, the movie was amazing in terms of the characters and the cast. Um, I think the cast is all brilliant, but in particular, Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, and Will Ferrell just. Oh my god, it was brilliant in terms of its cast. Um, and then there's the plot of the movie. So, judging from the trailers, the plot for this film was just kind of what I expected. It looks kind of similar to the plot of Don't Worry, Darling, except just like just a bit more family friendly. Um, but however, as turns out, that's actually not really the case. Honestly, like there's a bit more to the film's plot than that, and I'll discuss more of it in a minute when I get to narrative structure. But all I'll say is in terms of the movie's plot, my goodness, I am actually surprised at the lengths that they managed to go with the plot of this movie. And then there's the film's narrative structure, and like like the film has a heavy it's kind of it has a lot there's a lot of gender politics in this movie. The film really touches on femininity and you know like the role of women in society and stuff. Now, obviously, honestly, in recent times, there's a lot of there's a lot of strong female characters in this current state of cinema, which has been heavily criticized for its bad writing. Like heavy examples being like She-Hulk and stuff. And I mean I definitely see what all the criticism about it is, but despite what the critical drinker says about this whole film, about being a film that hates men and stuff, I'll be honest, it really isn't I mean yes, the film it touches a lot on femininity and stuff, and women's role in society. But it also it touches on men as well, and on patriarchy and their need to feel strong and stuff, and and even their mental health and everything. The way the film executed it, it was just done absolutely amazing. Like so no, despite what some people might say, this movie it's not woke at all. I mean, the way they integrated all of these both femininity and patriarchy and stuff into the film, it was done in a way that just completely blew me away. As much as one of Oppenheimer's bombs going off. Oh boy, but there's also a subplot as well about Gloria and her daughter Sasha and their relationship and stuff. And and as I said, oh my god, it is such a touching subplot that really adds that level of heart to the movie. And I feel like a lot of parents watching this film, they may actually really relate Gloria, or maybe a lot of teenagers watch some can relate to the character of Sasha and stuff. It's done amazingly. I think this is a movie that's pretty much for everyone. I mean, whatever, with however you feel on stuff. I mean, and yes, despite featuring all of these important topics, the film it still remembers to be a fun movie. It's fun. It's absolutely hilarious, and at the same time, it makes sure it's a film with an important meaning to it. It's just amazing. So yeah, Barbie is also a must watch. Um, I mean, in terms of like I think what really highlighted this film for me was just its characters and its themes of of everything and stuff like what the film did with all with its messaging and stuff. It's just absolutely amazing. Like they went all out with it, but I also love how they went out with the production design, the score, the music numbers, the cinematography, everything. This is just this is just one incredible movie, honestly. And again, this is the film you need to watch over this summer. This is just an absolute must-watch movie. So yeah, with that, I'm going to give Barbie a 10 out of 10. So yeah, both of these movies were 10 out of 10. You're probably wondering which film would I say that I prefer. Honestly, I think they're just both amazing movies. They both lived up to the hype. They're the two best films I've seen so far this year. Seriously, guys, just stop what you're doing. Go see both of these movies. Go see both of them. They're absolutely outstanding movies. You should absolutely. These are must-watch films. Go see them both. So yeah, both these films were amazing, and they're must-watches. And I am more than satisfied. So, that was the end of Movie Fights episode 5. Stay tuned for my next review, which is going to be on Talk to Me. I'm very excited for that movie as well. And with that, I'll see you guys next time, and bye.